Now that we have our crop type defined and we've created a grow location, we can now plant these peppers in a bed in Southeast Field A. There are a few different ways for you to start that process. We'll take a look at each of them right now, and in the end, it's kind of up to you which one you find easiest. First, right from this page in the crop type, we can choose Add Planting, and then select our grow location. You'll see that FarmBright has used some of the data that we supplied in the crop type to pre-fill important planting details. It's used our hardiness zone and frost dates to determine the best time to plant it, and then used the plant spacing and the size of the bed that we selected from our grow location to calculate how many of these peppers can fit in that bed. You could change this if you don't want to plant the whole bed with this crop, but for now, we'll fill up bed 5. Also note the option at the top for number of plantings. If you'd like to set up succession plantings of this crop in this grow location, you can define how many plantings you'd like to create, and then the days between them. This helps ensure that you get maximum utilization of this grow location and this crop during your season. We'll go back and just leave this as 1 though, and scroll down, and see that FarmBright has used the days to maturity on the crop type to determine your planned first harvest. It's also used the expected yield per 100 feet to determine an expected harvest for the amount that we've planted. You can add additional details about the seeds if you need, and then choose if you'd like to add or update tasks for the planting dates. We think this might be useful for you, as it will automatically create tasks for the planting and harvest dates. We'll click Create Plantings, and that planting has been created. I want to point out that this planting is shown under Future Plantings. We're at the stage where we're planning to plant these crops, and it's before April 18th, 2024, when I'm recording this video, so this planting is shown on our future schedule. So now that we have bed 5 planted, let's learn some of the other methods to plant using the other beds. We'll choose the Actions button in the upper right, and we see choices to calculate plantings or bulk plant. Let's check out bulk plant first. You can use this feature to plant multiple fields and beds with the same crop at the same time. You'll first choose a planting date, and then how you'd like to measure the space available for planting. Then pick a location and a bed if applicable, and add how much of that bed you'd like to plant with this crop. We could then add another location. The same field is selected by default. This time we'll choose a different bed and plant the whole bed as well. You could continue adding locations, choosing different fields and different beds. And then, like we saw before on the individual planting, you can also add tasks for the planting date and estimated harvest dates. We'll create those plantings, and now see that we have 4 out of the 5 beds in our field planted with these peppers. Now let's take a look at calculating plantings. You could think of this as an estimation tool that works backwards. You might find this useful if you have commitments and deadlines for this crop, like fulfilling CSA shares. Rather than choosing when you're going to plant this crop, you add how much you need and when you need it, and then FarmBright will automatically calculate how many plants are needed, when you need to plant them, and how much space you need for them. We can then choose an available location. We'll plant bed 1. We have enough free space there to meet our needs, but if we didn't, we could have added a location until we met our total. And of course, we'll want to add those tasks for our planting dates. And now see all 5 of our beds planted in this grow location. I still want to quickly show you 2 more ways to add plantings though. First, you can go up to Quick Add, and you can add a planting right from here. This works just like the Add a Planting button, where you'll choose your crop type and location, and then the details. And then we can also go back to Grow Locations, and find our field, and see that we can create new plantings here too. We don't have any free space, so I'm going to create 1 bed, and when I click New Planting, we'll see a list of all of our crop types on the left. This works as a drag and drop. So I put the hot peppers into bed 6, and it's all pre-populated for me. And again, just like we saw before, all of the crop details are already here. I'll create the planting, and we'll see it added to bed 6.